Hey guys, it's Cab over Gary back here. Well, I'm in the shop. Shop's getting there. But I'm gonna work on the old Allis a little bit today. You guys saw in the last video that the carb float was stuck and overflowing and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pull the carb off and throw it in an ultrasonic cleaner and see if I could dislodge whatever is causing that. I'm hoping it's not what I think it is. I think he bought a kit and it had the wrong needle in it for the float, but we'll find out together here in a minute. After that, the plug wires he bought were some universal ones, but I have a kit that I could shorten them, so I think I'm gonna do that as well. I also found something out. So I pulled the cover on the transmission. There's hardly any fluid left in it, which wasn't good. I mean, I only drove it 120 feet at most, so I don't think I heard anything, but it was also a little rusty in there. I changed oil on my truck, and I put it in there, and I think I'm gonna start it up, run it around a little bit, dump it, and then probably do a treatment do the same, maybe add a little bit of diesel to this too, try to clean it out, and then fill it with the proper stuff. But yeah, everything moves freely in there. PTO and everything moves on this tractor. So it does have a bad leak back here. When I poured that in, it's dripping out the PTO pretty good. Good enough that definitely has to be changed before it goes anywhere. And I stole the coil off of this. I was gonna go start the Farmall, but I have a new coil for the Farmall, but I might just put it on here. So I like the coils that are internally resisted, and that's what I bought. So I'm probably gonna put that on here and probably buy one of those for the Farmall as well. It just means less wiring, and I feel like less to go wrong because it's all inside there. Wiring on this tractor is an absolute mess, so probably gonna pull the side panels off and stuff like that today. But let's get started. We'll start with pulling the carb off and get going on that. Okay guys, so this is a 58 Allis Chalmers D17 with the gas motor. The last video I did on this, I went and picked it up, and I bought it as a non-running tractor, and I was able to get it running off the trailer. He had the points set a little bit too big on it, and he put new points in it, new condenser, new plug wires, and a new coil on it. But he had the gap set a little bit big on the points. But I think it was probably still getting some spark, but not enough. Another thing that was going on is the float is stuck. So I wasn't getting any fuel at first. I kind of played with it a little bit, got it to get fuel, but then it wasn't shutting off right. So there's something going on there that we need to get into and see what it is. So the plan is now is to take the carburetor off. Actually, it's dripping fuel right now. It should be shut off. Yeah, it's shut off. It just dripped some though. That's interesting. It's been shut off for a while. Yeah. So let's get this stuff out of the way. On top here, there's the fuel line is a 9/16 that we need to take off. So let's take that off, see if there's anything in here. There shouldn't be. It's been turned off for a while. Gotta be careful not to. So it's coming out of the carb a little bit, but I think the fuel line stopped. We're just gonna put this up here, get it out of the way. And then these will be 1/2 inch, or 7/16, I'm sorry. That hold it onto the manifold. I got lucky. This one has a good manifold on it. A lot of these old tractors don't. Seems like the things that go bad on these tractors is manifolds and water getting in them, mostly into the transmission. So when I sit outside, there's just not a good seal for oh shoot, I have to go find that. For what was I saying? Oh, for the shifter that goes through. So they leak there and cause all kinds of problems. There's a tiny cotter pin. So that had a cotter pin holding that in, and then this is a couple regular screws. By the way, I jumped off and I'm trying these Wera, the W-E-R-A screwdrivers. I really like them. I would recommend them. They got this coating on the tip that seems to grab really well, and they're comfortable in the hand. Yeah, I think they're a good deal. Okay, so we got the carb off. The next thing we got to do is I'm going to drop the bowl back here and drop all the fluid out of it, all the gas, so we don't get it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, so I'm just going to use this bucket. I'm just taking out these 4 screws that hold the bowl on so I can take the bowl off. Hopefully the gasket's okay because I don't have one on me. The bowl is full. Looks like this gasket is all siliconed. For some reason it's all sticky. This should come off a little better. There's silicone all over it. That's probably the big part of the problem. And the silicone wasn't gas rated silicone, so it's just wiping off. Let's see if we can get this gasket off. I don't think it's the right gasket even. So I'm going to pull the pin that holds the fluid on. It just slides out, or should. Huh. Let's try going the other way with that. That slid out that way. There is, it's got a little burr in it to keep it from sliding out. Usually they don't do that. So, the float deal did come out with it, so that's okay. This should come out, but it's not. Let's see what we got here. This Venturi should come out. I'm going to try to get the gasket off. No, that Venturi needs to come out to get that out. There we go. The gasket's in one piece. Ooh, I see something not bad. There's a little piece of brass here. Okay, that's okay. That's this adjustment. So let's pull it out. good. It does kind of look gummy in here. I think I'm gonna grab a wrench and pull. There's usually a filter on these, so let's grab a wrench and see what's in there. There we go. There's no filter in this one. I'm gonna pull all the plug. This plug's almost falling out. There's crap in there too. This plug too. That's not good. That's probably part of the problem right there. It looks kind of gummy too, so hopefully, like, the seats and stuff look full. It looks like he messed this one up trying to pull it out, unfortunately. Looks like it's gonna come out, but I'll have to get a rebuild kit. I don't have a screwdriver big enough out here yet to get this one. So we're just gonna have to leave that in, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna leave the throttle shaft in just because it looks like it's got good bushings in it. And I know that sometimes when you pull those out, they're never right again. So now we got the carb pretty well disassembled so that stuff could get to all the chambers. Let's look at the bowl. So let's pull the seat out. A lot of people just throw these complete into ultrasonic cleaner. I'm gonna I always throw them in a little bit more taken apart, or will throw them more taken apart. And I can't get this out. There we go. Okay. Pull this guy out. Another seat. That's the jet. It looks, it's cleared. What's going on here? Okay, so there it was, rust in the bottom. It looks all gunky. It's not too bad, but he just, oh, I'm gonna pull this out too. Let's see. Oop, I was way big. There we go. Okay. Okay, time we gotta throw this all in the ultrasonic. Take you along with. Okay, so here's the ultrasonic cleaner. So I use simple green in it. So as you can see, parts going in. There's the interior all nasty. All that stuff all nasty. So we're just gonna set that in there. And then the top half doesn't look as nasty, but we'll see what happens with it. Set that in there. And then we have all these little pieces I'm gonna drop in there as well. Might as well clean it all. Float still works. Okay. Now I have it. I'm gonna run it for 30 minutes. I'll put you guys on a time lapse so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, float, you know, didn't do much. It wasn't in there. Huh, it didn't get it as good as I wanted. Those are all pretty clean there. Yeah, that did a good job on the hardware. Let's see this guy. Yeah, that did good there. That thread's all way cleaner. Happy with that. My cherry could be cleaner. A piece I'm happy with. I think I'm going to run this other stuff one more time. That's clean. That's clean. That looks good. I think I'm going to run that once more. See what happens. Okay guys, while that carburetor is cleaning up, this is what I'm talking about. That's way too wrong. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna shorten them at the coil side since these are nice boots and I don't happen to have any of those. But I have a kit like this. So you know, this is the coil end. It comes with the terminals, a couple different sizes. So yeah, so basically what you do is, let's start with this guy here. So this guy, I'm gonna unplug. Okay. Huh, the plugs are made weird. Let's see, where's this guy go? Alright. So I'm thinking, let's just do a nice short one like that. So now I'm going to cut the wire the length I want. Then this is the special pair of pliers for the spark plug. They have a center one in here for stripping. So you want to strip about 3/4 of an inch. So right about there. And then what that does is it exposes the core here. What you do, well, first I'm going to grab this bit. I'm going to reuse the bits that were on there because there's nothing wrong with them. So then you're just going to put this on. And then this is the end. So you bend this back 90 degrees. Whoops, putting it on backwards. That goes on like so, making sure that's still bent back at 90 degrees. And then you put it in the tool. These are gonna need a little bit of help. I'm gonna grab a pair of needle nose, I'll show you what I mean. So, what I mean by a little help is this is just spread too far apart to get it in the crimping pliers. So basically what you do with the crimping pliers is this is supposed to fit on this round thing, and then when you go to crimp it, it's supposed to catch it, but it's not wanting to catch it because it's pretty wide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start to curl it a little bit, just to make it so it goes in the right directions. So as you can see, it's curled in more now. So I'm gonna put this back on, bend that over, put that there, take this, the saddle goes on the bottom part, make sure it's centered as good as possible. And then you have a nice plug wire that is custom fit. So look how much better that fits now. Just go straight there. So now let's do this guy here. So this one needs to be about there. Do a little bit more. Right about there. So cut it off where you want it. Use the stripping part here. So 3/4 of an inch. Doesn't have to be exact, you just gotta get enough that it gets in there, right? I'm gonna have enough to build another plug wire set with what's left over. Slide the boot on. Go to the terminal. And I'm gonna do the same thing. See how wide apart it is? I'm just gonna grab this and roll them in. Grab this one, roll it in. Try to make them even. I'm gonna fold the core back, put it in the back side of the plug deal. Take my crimpers. The saddle is what I'm calling the smooth side. This is what folds that stuff over. So put it in there. Get it lined up so it's centered. Not a perfect spark plug wire. So much better. Let's do this guy next. This guy just needs to be real short. Let's go about there. Pull the boot off. And strip it. Again, 3/4 of an inch. Take your end, roll this over. I don't know if this is necessary, but every time I've ever done this, I end up doing this because if you don't, it doesn't fold right every time. And I'd rather take the extra time and have it fold right. Oh, put the boot on. You can do the boots after too. I should be putting dielectric grease on these. I don't have any with me. You know, in the middle of moving my shop. So I forgot to grab it this morning. But if you want to do the boots after, you just put some dielectric grease on and they'll slide over. It's not that big of a deal. So again, fold it over. Put that guy on there. Perfect one. I just love how custom spark plug boots or wires look compared to universal ones. Just everything's where it needs to be. Alright, last one. Let's see. Well, we got the coil one to do still too. Let's do right there. Got it off. Boot. It's also way cheaper. Like if you're dealing with those old stuff, you don't need high performance stuff. Like you could buy bulk spark plug wire pretty cheap, and these terminal lamps pretty cheap. Like you can make 5 or 6 set of spark plug wires for the price of one that is supposed to fit. So that's also something to think about. I'm kind of cheap, as you guys know. So this is one reason why I started doing this, but also because like the ones that are out there just don't fit right. So these fit as good as you're willing to take time to do. Oh, let's do the boot first. Let me grab the coil. We'll do that one too. Alright. Time to put this carb back together. So, this is it out of the tank. I did hit a little bit with a wire brush. I didn't get all this stuff off. So I have this little stainless brush. Just trying to get it off, and we got a little acetone here. Bowl and stuff looks good to me, so I'm gonna leave it. All the passages look pretty clear. So now we just gotta put it back together. So this is one of the last things I took out, so it'll be one of the first things I put back in. This goes into here. That tightened down. good. Let's reassemble the float. So this is the seat, and here's the float. Float's still good. As you guys saw, it floated in there. Actually, I'm gonna put these plugs in first. That is what hit the floor earlier, so I'm gonna have to go find where it went. So this plug went here. This is the fuel inlet, it goes in here. And let's see, that face is straight back. So that'll work there. Now, I need to find this so I can test the float when I put it in. The float goes in here, and when it floats up, it's supposed to block that hole. But this hole's open, it's not going to block anything from the testing. So, give me 1 second. Found it. It was actually in the drawer of the cart over there. I don't know how that happened. But anyways, good news is I found it. This one's got a little rounded off corners. Alright, so that's all together. Now we need to, there's a little thing here that could bend for the height of how high you want the fuel to flow. So let me figure out something. So here's the deal. He put a kit in here. I don't believe this is the correct plunger for it. I think I bent stuff around enough that I can make it work, but I probably need to look for a kit. So this plunger goes into this hole, this valve right here, and then this rod goes through to hold it. So now how these are tested is it should yeah, so it holds. Let me turn this up so I can do it easier. So yeah, when your float floats up, it turns the air off, or the fuel, and then when it comes back down, it starts letting it flow. So yeah, that's all functioning right. I think it's gonna work fine. I think we're okay. Okay, so then from here, let's start putting stuff back in the bottom. So, well, let's put this in the top. This is the idle adjustment. It goes right here. normally start them, I screw them all the way in. I don't think I can screw it all the way in. I'll have to do it once it's assembled. So we have that all going. And this guy goes in here. Screw this all the way in, and I back it out 1.5 turns. So then there's a half, 1, 1.5, and we'll start there with that. Okay, on accident, the camera cut off on me. The little jet I could put back into here, that was just the little deal with the hole cut in it, and then other jet I put in here, in between the float, there's a spot. And that's the one that had like a little shaft sticking off of it. So, I forgot a gasket. So I gotta pull this back off. Glad I saw that. It's never fun finishing up one of these and then having a leak. Kind of the purpose of this one because it was leaking. That's an easy enough fix. Okay, now this goes like so. And we put the gasket on. I think the gasket's savable. It's in pretty decent shape. I need to put the gasket on the top half. This gasket's kind of a little bit of a struggle. Gasket definitely has a direction. It looks like it was this way. I'm not 100% sure this is right. So I might be pulling the bowl back off and seeing. Go. Now, screw it back together. I hope my jump pack's got enough to turn the tractor over. I don't have a good battery source if it doesn't at the moment. I'm still running the shop off a generator. I don't have the money to get the power ran quite yet. I also got a bunch of trees in the way too. Hopefully by spring, hopefully by summer, if nothing else, because my plan is to heat and air condition the shop because we're in Texas, and maybe I'll boil the egg off the concrete in here if I don't. But we'll see. Alright, so that's good. Now I'm going to set this where I screwed this all the way in to the bottoms, and then I go half turn, 1.5. That's just what I've always had good luck starting these things with. But yeah, it's back together. It's time to go put it back on the tractor, and we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Alright, so we're back over here. First thing I'm going to put on is the throttle rod. Well, doesn't have a cotter pin on that side. Something we need to fix. So that's back on. We're going to thread this back in. This is the choke cable. Clamp there, and then screw clamp here, and that's it for it. And then we're going to put the throttle rod back in that hole. The gasket's stuck on here, so we're good there. Bolts back down. Let's see, washer. Lock washer. Or split washer. And then the nut. Grab the wrenches. Something I noticed working on old tractors is everything seems to be 16ths. 7/16, 9/16, 11/16. Thought that was kind of interesting. Next test, we're going to put the fuel line back on. That's where it wants to go. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't come running out of the throat here. Let's give it a second. I think we're good. Okay, I need to put the shifter back on just to make sure this thing's in neutral. I don't want it taking off and running through the shop. So I'm going to do that real quick. So that did not fix it. It's still not shutting off like it's supposed to. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to pull the bowl off and see what's going on. I think it's the wrong needle and seat in that in the float for the bowl. I think that's my problem. I wish I had the original parts, but that didn't come with the tractor. Turning the fuel on, I have the float up, and it's stopping. And it's coming up. So I think what might have happened is these might need bent down a little bit. It's functioning pretty good. I think that might have did it there. Let's get a couple screws back in here and see what happens. Benefit of dealing with gas is it evaporates. This is diesel, you're cleaning it up forever, but this will evaporate pretty quick. Okay. Downfall of it dries the crap out of your hands pretty fast. Okay. Missing a screw. What the heck? Huh. I don't know how that happened. They were all right there a second ago. I counted them. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Let's try this again. Think we got success? Nope. Dang it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get a proper rebuild kit for that. Because obviously that's not right. That sucks. I wanted to start this today, but that float's not working. Well, I think I showed you this, but the spark plugs came out nice. And they look a lot better than they did. All nice and neat. So, I think I might still start it like I did last time. Just because I want that transmission to spin with that lube in there. So let's get the jump pack and see if this thing will. Okay, I won't be able to run it very long. Let's see what we got. I'm going to turn the fuel on just a tick. And I grabbed the battery out of the back. I don't have this hooked up for the coil. Let's try it. Well, she runs good. I went around and I turned the PTO on. That's what I was doing over there. I just wanted to circulate stuff around the system. But, yeah, this little girl runs. Just gotta get that float fixed. And, I think we'll be good. crappy video because I didn't get the carb fixed. But I'm going to end this one here, and then the next video on this will continue on. I am going to take an inventory. I ordered a new oil filter so we can change the oil. I ordered some gaskets so we can fix the leaks. And then once we do that, we are going to make sure everything runs good. Then we're going to pull it outside, pressure wash it really good, wire wheel it, pressure wash it again, pull it in, paint it, and then, well, after we do all the seals will be first. And then this one will be ready to be out on the farm working. This is going to be probably my primary tractor. It's the size I need out here. So, pretty excited about this little girl. So yeah. So I know it's a weird video that what the video is about didn't get fixed right, but the ultrasonic cleaner definitely cleaned that carb out pretty good. Doesn't do anything for rust or the varnish, not varnish, but like the rust staining, I guess is what it was. But everything else it does a good job on. So yeah. So I'm going to continue working on the shop. I'm going to try to get a video out every Wednesday is my goal. So I'm going to work on the shop a day or two and then do some mechanic work. Cab over is coming in pretty soon. I don't want to bring it in until I get some more mechanic work and some more stuff moved in, because it's nice with it being cold being able to pull the loaded truck in and turn the heater on and go from there. So the cab over is going to sit out until my toolboxes and cabinets and the bigger tools are here at least. Hopefully within a week or so. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching my videos, and please comment, subscribe, like, share, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.